Welcome back to Finn vs. History. As ever, I'm joined by Horatio Gould. Nearly. It was close. We are in... What are you doing there then?
I think when a film opens up in Egypt.
Yes.
So it'd be like, I don't know, you'll probably be... You'll be in the UK or America and it goes, they'll find out on the map and it'd be like, it's down the Nile. But
this is
be like
crucially
the sun setting over the pyramids.
But this is pre-Islamic warbling.
Yes, but
crucially,
it doesn't matter in Hollywood. It doesn't matter too much. I think.
No, but I'm just saying for the sake of our heads being attached to our necks.
Yes, sure.
What you just did was not an Islamic warbling.
Oh yes, of course.
Exactly.
No,
this
is pre-Arab.
We're in ancient Egypt.
Pre-Muhammad, or is there nothing pre-Muhammad? I don't know.
Hey,
so is there any? I was saying it's pre-Muhammad. I don't know if that's
easy.
Is anything pre-Muhammad, or is it all meant to be post-Muhammad?
Well, are we in
these
the?
Days?
Are we on the year? Are we in the year 1400?
Yeah. Who knows?
It's not for us to say.
It's not for us to say. Oh,
but now we've said that it's not pre-Islamic warbling. It is quite fun to just do an Islamic warble in your own head, and you go, "Well, I'm actually doing it." But we're in ancient Egypt. We're talking about Cleopatra today. Probably the most famous woman maybe ever.
Yes, probably.
The femme fatale.
Yeah, she's sort of goated and based compared to Joan of Arc, in my opinion.
Oh, Joan of Arc's complete dirge. We did an episode on her and it was bollocks. A boring woman who... I'm French and I'm wearing trousers.
Joan of Arc was kind of woke nonsense.
Do you want a medal?
She was very, like, holier than thou.
Yeah.
She thought she was better than people, but Cleopatra... She gets down and dirty. She's cunning.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Well, she uses sex as a political weapon. So
she's a sexual terrorist.
Yes. She is the sort of, it's the long road to Liz Truss.
Right.
In the, sex is inseparable from her political image.
It's the opening to her biography. You should do a biography
of Liz Truss.
3 volumes.
Yeah. But it's just me really, really horny. One of those political... the pin-up years.
Yeah, just a short review of the female comedian.
Yeah. But also, opening a film about Liz Truss.
Yeah. Where's she from? Do you know where she's from?
I think she grew up in Greenwich, I think. MP for Norfolk. You have the Norfolk sound, the flats of Norfolk. That's
It'd be good whenever films do open with that sort of warbling. I do think there should be a pan toward the person doing it, because there never is.
Yeah.
And it would take you out of it completely because you're there. In Gladiator they do it all the time.
Yeah.
But you never have the pan down to just someone going, hard hair,
God, she's only 50, Truss. My God, she wears it well. She's born in Oxford. So it'd be the Dreaming Spies of Oxford.
She's a MILF.
It'd be the Dreaming Spies of Oxford. Yeah. And then the soundtrack would be... And it'd be the Truss. Yeah. Ancient Truss epic. Anyway... We're not talking about Liz Truss, although we sort of are. We're talking about the Truss archetype.
Yes.
What do you get if you cross Liz Truss with Mohammed Salah? You get Cleopatra. Cleopatra, the symbol of female sexual power.
Yeah.
And a part of she's very contested, obviously. We'll get into all the race stuff.
Because most of the sources are all from her enemies or Romans. So it's hard to know.
Exactly.
It's basically like only having Hello magazine to
Well,
talk
not even
about.
that, because would you say they're enemies of like the Beckhams?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Well, that's a very political issue that I don't want to go into.
Okay, sorry. No, we should draw a line somewhere. We don't want to get into the broil, the bar fight.
My head on my neck.
Yeah, we can't have... Victoria Beckham's people will cut your head off. Probably more than any radical Islamist.
We've actually got Brooklyn Beckham as a research for this episode. So
yes,
that's been doing this whole podcast.
And what I will say is when we get into Cleopatra's family, it's about as fruity as the Beckhams. It's fucked.
It's completely fucked. It makes me think, fucking... What kind of family do I have compared to this? This is crazy.
Family's fine.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to explain, because we're in the ancient world, and something that always gets said about Cleopatra by very, very, very boring podcasts is that she lived closer to the invention of the iPhone than she did the building of the pyramids.
She lives closer to Liz Truss getting bummed by Kwasi Kwarteng
than the invention of the pyramids.
She lived closer to fucking Jimmy Savile donating to charity than the
Exactly.
pyramids.
You can pick anything.
You can pick anything.
Pick anything. She lived in which sort of... This is the kind of ancient history Galacticos era. in that I'd say from about 50 BC to 50 AD.
Well, it's the Avengers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the ancient Avengers.
It's that they've set up all these characters and then they have this big crossover film.
Yeah.
And it's a big box office success.
But what's funny about Cleopatra is that I assumed, researching her, there'd be loads of Egyptian nonsense that we had to learn about.
Yeah.
But actually, there's none of it because they didn't know how to write.
Yeah.
So really, it's all from the Roman...
It's a borderline not Egyptian.
No.
It's sort of Alien versus Predator. It's just that this crossing of two big franchises. Well, three almost, to be honest. But yeah, I think that fact, as boring as it is, it does sort of... there's been 3,000 years of Egyptian history with sort of a continuity. So that vibe, basically, the vibes are immaculate for Egyptian culture. And that's what's kept them through.
Yes.
It's just every time someone's come there, they're like, well, this is pretty sick. I'm not going to change it for 3,000 years.
Yeah.
And it basically goes all the way from around the pyramids till Cleopatra, which is about 2,500 years. Cleopatra is basically the end of this. We also have Julius Caesar at the same time. We also have Augustus, Mark Antony,
Jesus.
It's Jesus is
Herod.
Jesus is coming. So this is very much
Jews
Jesus is busting.
The Jews have been expelled.
Yes, I think so. I mean that doesn't place it at all.
It does place it.
Okay,
it does actually.
Why?
Because the Jews started being expelled in this time.
Okay.
Before this, in the Great Pyramids time, I think Jews were being left to Jew.
Right.
Or do Jews
to
start?
Jew in peace?
Do Jews start here? I don't know.
No, Jews have been going longer than as long as the Egyptians, pretty much.
Jews are the first man was a Jew in their
basically.
Minds. Abraham is considered the first Jew, which
Don't
does sound
slag him off.
It's funny. It does sound like a slur, doesn't it?
2100 BC. So the Jews and the Egyptians
fucking
are
hell.
Yeah, it's old as fuck.
Right.
So I guess this is also when time just moves a bit slower.
Yes.
Like 3,000 years now, it feels like AI's come in the last 4 years and things are all changing very quickly. But then it was like 200 years and maybe you invented a new belt in that time.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean as much.
No.
But I did go to Egypt about 4 months ago, did a Nile cruise down through all this stuff. And it is, you can literally go to places where you see like cave paintings from 6,000 BC and see them slowly working it out to becoming Egyptian hieroglyphs.
And throughout, you can see your dad trying to make up for leaving the family.
Yeah, it's going there. You can see. But it's slowly coming into focus.
The whole time your dad's going, and look, we're in Egypt. We're in Egypt. Forget about what I used to do. And yeah, this is my new Thai bride, but we're in Egypt as a new family. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, slowly. And it's slowly changing through that.
So who's Cleopatra?
Yeah.
What? She's not Egyptian.
No, she's from the Ptolemaic dynasty.
Where is it, Charlie?
Wasn't she so inbred that she had 2 great-grandparents? You're meant to have 8.
Well, there's a lot of inbreeding going on, but we'll get to that.
You've got 8
great-grandparents.
Yes.
She had 2.
Yes.
Which means her mum's and dad's mum and dad were their mum and dad.
Yeah.
Her mum and dad shagged, and then so...
Yeah, her family tree
her mum
is
and
the
dad,
Twin
brother
Towers.
and sister.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's just 2
She's
lines.
basically her great-granny's sister.
And she's ground zero?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Ground zero for a lot of things.
How inbred could you get, like, before they just die straight out of the fanny, how long would it take you to, like, how inbred can you make someone before they just die immediately? Or they become out as like a
listen,
block?
Charlie, Egyptian society nowadays is flourishing.
Yeah.
And as we'll see, centuries, decades of inbreeding.
Only in the royal line, though. I don't know if it was cultural. I think it was just seen as like a very classy thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's tasteful. Old
So
money.
only the best.
Only the best.
Selective inbreeding.
Yeah, there's all ancient Egypt, and then Alexander the Great comes along in about 500 BC. He takes over everywhere.
And he's Greek.
He's Greek. He's Macedonian. He takes over everywhere,
Not
and then
today.
and then he dies when he's 30 because he's sick of adulting. He's scared of adulting.
Right.
I think.
Okay.
And similar to when Genghis Khan's empire fell apart, and there was like 4 little chunks. All his generals try to grab what they could.
Yes.
And the cheeky Ptolemy, who's one of Alexander the Great's generals, Ptolemy I, he goes to Egypt because he sees that's the richest quarter. But he also steals Alexander the Great's body from the funeral procession,
Sick.
takes it and sets up the city that Alexander set up, Alexandria, right?
Yes.
And then establishes the Ptolemaic dynasty, which is basically a kind of Greek Egyptian line. God. So even though there's loads of like...
They are not getting out of bed.
No.
They are snoozing the alarm clock.
Yeah, double whammy.
Greek Egyptian.
Yeah.
My God.
So I think if you go down the Nile, there's still like a lot of Egyptian culture. It still looks like Egypt. But Alexandria is a distinctly Greek city. So you go there, it's got
white,
pillars.
right.
It's like...
Yeah.
The Ptolemaic dynasty decide to only call everyman Ptolemy.
Yeah, which very
makes
confusing.
it unbelievably confusing. It started with him being very sneaky, and it feels like it's quite a toxic family line. The one thing they do take from Egyptian culture is fucking your sister, which is quite funny.
A bedrock of Egyptian culture.
Because I think there's maybe arguably there's never been more cultural IP to choose from than the ancient Egyptians. And it's funny arriving there and being like, yeah, they're boring. Can I fuck my sister? Brilliant.
Pyramids? Boring.
Who gives a
Fuck
fuck?
that.
Yeah.
How do they build them? No. How did you stop fucking your sister? She's so delicious.
And it ends up making it a complete fucking nightmare because there's so much infighting. Because you marry your sibling, but you're also fighting to who runs the.
But imagine having the kind of just classic sibling dynamic.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you're fucking. So you've got hormones all over the place.
Yeah.
And you're also jockeying for political position.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
It's an absolute nightmare. Like, there's 3 brothers, 2 sisters. You're all like, basically, it's like Christmas, but you're putting keys in the bowl. You know what I mean? It's a keys in the bowl Christmas.
Christ. If I ever come back and I say, how was Christmas? Keys in the bowl. Shoot me. I don't want to remember what I've done.
What's your Christmas
My
like?
God. Sorry?
Is your Christmas at all like this? Because I imagine it's just sort of like a Berlin nightclub when you come home for Christmas.
It's like there's no photos allowed at my Christmas. We go downstairs and there's, what goes down there stays down there. But quite often, my aunt will just be trussed like a chicken hanging from the rafters. And one of us will be sort of, pounding on the rubber fist because it's Boxing Day. That's what we do. It's tradition.
Yeah, fisting day.
Yeah, it's fisting day.
In the Taylor household.
In the Taylor household, we blend our Christmas. We don't actually call it Christmas. We call it Winterval. Yeah, no, my Christmas is mainly just, it wasn't relaxing. It was just running after, you really appreciate childcare.
Sure.
As I've said a lot of times, work will set you free.
That was like something else, wasn't it?
Sorry?
That was about something else.
Well, yes, it's just what I've got tattooed on my tattooed on my arm. You can be an Egyptologist in the way that I might be a Naziologist.
Right.
But it's funny, there's no other area of history, there's no other country where you are an ologist, because Egypt is such a vast...
It's got so much there.
So much history, and it's so old.
Yeah.
You're not a Grecologist or a Romanologist. You study the classics. They meld those together.
Yeah.
You're an early modern, that's the whole world. Egyptologist is unique, it's a uniquely massive, fucked society.
You're definitely the opposite of a gynecologist, right?
Yes, I think there's no crossover between anyone who's an Egyptologist.
I think you just have not even a rudimentary understanding of how a female pussy works.
No, of course not. You're an Egyptologist. You could probably dig in a vagina,
but it would be like uncovering Tutankhamun's tomb.
Unless there's one person who found the head of Ramesses in a vagina, and they went, "Well, he's an Egypt gynecologist."
He wouldn't even go in there, though.
No, he wouldn't.
It'd be as much as I want to go in there, it's too dangerous.
Can you get the photo of Howard Carter and all his little lackeys discovering Tutankhamun's tomb? Because the idea that this guy is...
This is him going down on a woman for the first time, basically.
He's just covered with little men in fezzes and sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
And he's got a candle.
Yeah.
He's uncovered treasures.
He's pleasuring a woman. That's nice.
So this stuff, I love the 19th century discovery of Egypt stuff and the birth of Egyptology.
Yeah.
The actual...
Sort of imperial archaeology.
Yeah.
Using basically ancient history as an imperial weapon to subjugate people.
Yes.
That's what you like.
Yes. I like it when
when the Nazis you don't know your own history, so shut up.
I like Indiana Jones. I like Nazis in Egypt looking for relics in order to find a stone that makes them more powerful.
Is a great theatre for history. Nelson and Napoleon fought a naval battle here. It still has this allure where people, if they want to see themselves as a great figure in history, they want to
get
make
involved
their
in
mark.
Egypt. Yeah, because it's a very historic country. But as you say, Cleopatra is right at the end.
It's like the long room. It's like Lords. It's like there's a...
Egypt is the long room of the world. The Egyptian hum.
Yeah.
So she's the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty.
So what? How many? So it's literally every single one is called Ptolemy. So it's Ptolemy the First, Ptolemy the Second. Now we're all the way up till what's Cleopatra's father?
Ptolemy the Eighth or something, or 12th?
Ptolemy the Eighth, nicknamed Fatty, married his sister, who had been previously married to their brother. This is nothing weird here.
Married sister is my brother's ex,
but it's your sister.
It's my sister
first. It was your sister first.
Well, which is stronger?
Yeah, but what was first?
But maybe they cancel each other out.
Yeah, so she's... What?
Hey, man, you're fucking my ex. I'm your sister. Oh, this is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'd been previously married to their brother. Then he married... The sister married a brother.
Yes.
And then his brother married her.
Yes.
And then she had a kid with him.
With the old brother.
Oh, with the old brother.
Yes.
With the old brother.
Yeah.
And then he starts fucking her. And that means and to her, he married his niece, daughter-in-law,
stepdaughter, and
his
ex-wife's daughter. That's all one person.
I'd love to see that dynamic play out, because that's not. I don't think that's like a archetypical relationship that you see represented in media or literature or art.
Yeah, I tell you how that girl probably sounded. Because there's no way that she managed to get through that without any kind of genetic issues.
And then Fatty, when his first wife,
his sister,
complained.
Yeah.
I don't know what she got to complain about.
Move on, love. Yes, Christmas will be difficult. It's always difficult.
It's always difficult.
It doesn't matter whether you're related or
Ptolemies.
not. It doesn't matter whether you're related or not.
Just put your keys in the bowl and shut up.
Yeah.
He chopped up their son and sent it to her as a birthday present.
Right. Well,
but it's his son as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty spicy stuff, that. I mean, that's pretty rich.
I think that's fucked.
He's not a good guy.
No. This is
worse than like Errol Musk. This is sort of
close though. Well, it's just obvious, isn't it? It's obvious. She's a bloke. It's obvious.
And then, which is kind of sick from her, that she then shows the remains of her son to the Alexandrians, and they're like the French, right? They're ready for a riot whenever. They go berserk as soon as you fucking set them off. As soon as you rattle their cage, they're going crazy.
Right.
But then I guess what he's like, don't show them that.
Well, don't show them it.
Don't. Yeah, obviously without context, it looks mental that I've chopped my son up. But if you understand that...
It's not just my son, that's my ex-wife's sister and decent daughter-in-law's brother.
Yeah.
So by 69 BC, are we in the 69 BC?
Brothers and sisters, 69.
Brother and sister 69 at hotmail.com. That will be one of our fans' email addresses. All our fans will have 69 in their email address or their password.
Yeah, they're probably watching Ptolemaic porn.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe, you know, if you're into incest stuff, there's nothing.
Well, this is probably the original stepmom gets stuck in what it would be lake. What's a washing machine?
Tomb?
Stepmom gets stuck in lake machine. 69s.
I think we know what it is, Charlie.
Yeah, I know what 69.
All right, fair enough, Charlie. Sorry,
Charlie.
I should have assumed.
Speaking to the mic when you're adding to the...
I was trying to find out when this first ever 69 was represented.
When is the first ever 69?
The earliest unequivocal representation of the 69 appears to be that on oil lamps preserved in the Munich Museum.
Let's go,
1921?
No way.
Nah, come on.
I know, Indian art. Fuck knows.
Indian, of course. The Indians tried every single position.
They're so horny.
Yeah, the Indians are
so horny. The Kama Sutra. They are. That's what I mean.
Princess.
Send me your bobs.
Wait, is that two blokes?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I wouldn't. I'd probably want to be the standing up one.
You don't want to be in front of the arsehole.
Yeah, I just think it'd be. I'd find it really uncomfortable to suck someone off with my legs over their shoulder that way. We've got quite a lot of history to get through.
Yeah, we do. We've barely touched Cleopatra's early life. But
something I don't understand from the Ptolemies, so that they're a fucked family.
Sorry, I just want to say the first people who invented the 69. Can we just have a moment? Their heads must have exploded. They must have been like, "This is fucking brilliant."
Yeah, but it's deeply disappointing at 69. I think.
No, it's not.
Are you guys big fans of the 69?
Yes.
I think famously, it's like
I don't deserve this.
That's what I think.
This is the best thing. I'm having my knobs out and I got like that in my face.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Taking the piss. What's wrong with you?
You are taking the piss.
Are you saying that? What
Charlie, don't take the piss.
Is that what you're saying?
It's just like it's just.
He's an Egyptologist. He's got muff in his face.
Why don't you like it?
I think we should throw it out to the comments.
No, we should throw it out to you first.
I guess these guys probably haven't 69.
Hey,
these guys probably haven't 69.
They're
But
69
I think it's pretty.
They're nearly 69.
I think it's pretty common law that it's a disappointing act.
Why?
Because I think when you hear about the
Never heard
69
that
when
one.
you're a teenager, it's like that sounds amazing. That's as debauched as it gets. But I think it actually ends up being rubbish.
Why? But you haven't said
rubbish.
why.
I think it's just. I don't actually think it's that erotic in the end. I think it's just sort of like. I don't think it works as well. It's like having when you get really excited for a bath and then it's just not quite what you thought it was going to be because the tap's too digging into your back.
Tap's too small.
Yeah, when a bath's too small is what it feels like.
Right. Okay.
And you're really excited for it, but it's like, why do I never have a bath? And
maybe you need someone with maybe there's the height difference. It's the problem.
Yeah, maybe.
So anyway, Cleopatra, she's born in 69.
Yeah.
Which is why we've been talking about 69. So
but one thing I want to say is because how fucked the Ptolemies are.
Yes.
It is interesting that they build Alexandria, which is the greatest city in the world at this point, and they build the Library of Alexandria, which has apparently every single Greek book ever written, and it
goes missing. Oh no!
Yeah,
we lost hundreds of years of civilization when it burned down. Yeah, all right.
What you think? It's a load of there's a load of bollocks in there.
Yeah. Oh no, there's loads of books in there. We did loads. I promise. Not today. Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah, sure.
I just don't understand how these guys fucking their brothers and sisters, killing their sons. They seem like absolute scumbags. How are they presiding over this kind of golden age?
But also, this is probably how the pyramids were built, isn't it? It's just a lot of guys who couldn't think, but they were strong.
Right. Yeah, probably.
Cleopatra is born in 69 in Alexandria, and she is a princess in the Ptolemaic house. Her father is Ptolemy the 12th, and by this point, the dynasty is kind of crumbling a bit. There's, this is just the end of the Roman Republic.
Yep.
Rome is the major power in the Mediterranean.
Caesar's knocking about.
Now,
basically, the Roman form of having a Senate decide everything, that's crumbling because Rome's getting too big.
The kings are only really surviving in Egypt because they're paying Roman politicians bribes. This means that they're then taxing the population a lot.
They're getting vassalized, basically.
Borrowing from Roman bankers to keep up with their own debts to Rome. So they're in kind of Rome's grip.
Yeah.
But they're such a rich...
Rome's the emergent power of the age.
They're such a rich country that Rome's kind of just letting them kind of carry on, I think.
Yeah.
So her father is Ptolemy the 12th. She's got loads of brothers and sisters who she marries all of them. When she's around 10 or 11, and should we talk about her beauty? Because that's kind of the thing... Sorry, I know that sounded very paedophilic, what I just did there. Sorry. She's 10 or 11. Let's just talk about how fit she was.
Go on.
But what I mean is, before she
gets too old.
Look, I've dug myself a big hole there, okay? I apologise. My point was, before we get into the narrative of Cleopatra, let's talk about what she's known for, which is being supposedly incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, she's a very famous historical symbol, right? Elizabeth Taylor in the film.
Well, she's been painted as such because she's the kind of trust of the ancient world.
Because no one's chucked her fanny about with more effect, basically, and that's probably why people assume that she was an absolute dime piece.
But we think this might be Roman propaganda and then sort of Victorian propaganda, because when you look at her actual appearance on coins, she looks fucking clapped.
She's got a big nose,
sharp chin, bald. She wore a bald.
I don't think she was bald.
She was bald and wore a wig.
Yeah,
I think that's what they did.
Right.
Yeah, there's a photo of Cleopatra up.
She looks nice.
That's not her, is it? That's an AI representation of a fit woman dressed as Cleopatra.
Yeah, it says she's got like big hooked nose.
Oh, look at there.
She wasn't hideous. She was just mid, basically.
Right.
But I do have a lot of respect for women in general who...
All right, mate. We get it. Yeah, look at this guy. I've got a lot of respect for women in general.
This is what feminist looks like.
Christ.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
When will you get off your soapbox?
I hate 69ing.
I hate 69ing.
Is that feminist?
It degrades them.
It degrades them, yeah. Yeah, because I just want to be of service, and I hate the idea that I'm getting pleasures.
I only want to go down on them.
Yeah, because I'm a gynecologist.
I wear the T-shirt. And...
wear the T-shirt while I go down on them.
No, I have a bib that says this is what this looks like.
So, a man called Blaise Pascal said, quote, "Had Cleopatra's nose been shorter, the whole face of the world would have changed."
What's that supposed to mean?
It's supposed to be that she is such a symbol of beauty and as trust, using sex as power. You know, the whole.
But is he saying because people wanted to fuck her because she had a fucking massive honker?
Maybe.
But what? Normally, your nose is too big. Why would her nose be? Why, if her nose was shorter, would she not get any dick?
Because beauty standards love to enjoy the big nose at this point.
I guess because you could sit on it.
Yeah, exactly. You want to? Oh, fuck me.
I can't wait to sit on that.
Can't wait to sit on that. As a bloke.
Yeah, I don't think it works that way. I don't think women, that is a difference.
I want that nose up my arse now.
That is a difference between male and female sexuality, is that women don't want men to sit on their face.
No, they don't.
I don't think it's particularly erotic. Having a big, heavy, fat bloke sit on your face.
There's no worse part than a hairy gooch, is there? Where the fanny would be. It's the
I also
worst
think
part of
if you're a man sitting on a woman's face, I think when you're up there and you're now alone because she's immersed. I think there's never more a lonely place.
Well, she's got your balls in her eyes,
and you're just sitting there like, this is lonely.
This isn't nice. Is she enjoying this? I'm not.
Am I trying to kill her? I don't really know.
It feels I'm quite uncomfortable. I've got a nose in my gooch. So anyway, Cleopatra's meant to be stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
But at this point, again, she's 10, and maybe I've skipped.
But I respect women who identify as hot. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this is a thing throughout history, and I respect the sort of meritocracy of it. You know, to pull yourselves up by your fucking nose job or whatever.
Yeah.
Women who just like, and you see this a lot. I imagine it's going. There's just people who have decided, no, I am going to be hot, and they've just kind of made it work. Where if they hadn't, they could have easily been mid, but they've just like
it's confidence.
They've confidence and they've sold it.
That's what I think.
What I respect
Cleopatra
about
has is charisma and confidence. So. She's about 10 or 11. The dynasty hits a crisis. Rome threatens to annex Egypt, so Ptolemy pays bribes to Pompey and Caesar, who are the two. Is it currently civil war at this point in Rome?
Yeah.
Caesar and Pompey are two generals.
Roughly, Caesar's been off conquering Gaul. He's become very powerful as a Roman general, expanding the frontiers.
Yeah.
So much so that he's basically making a grab for power to overtake the old system of the Senate.
Yeah.
And then Pompey is also going to do that. He's also a big general, and there's a civil war going on between the two of them. Basically.
So Rome annexes Cyprus in 58 BC. Ptolemy doesn't really
Cypriot? What you got there? What accent you got for Cypriot?
Oh, come on, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, mate. My neighbour's a Cypriot London. Yeah.
Does it sound like that?
Oh, come on, mate.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, man.
Innit?
Ain't it?
Innit?
It's very close to Chinese.
Yeah, it is
London
surprisingly
Cypriot.
close.
It is close. Yeah.
Fuck me, man. It's kind of Vietnamese.
It is.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah, it is probably the most percussive.
Man.
Hey, man.
Say mang with a M-A-N-G is how you say man.
It's the closest Europeans get to throwing a colander down the stairs. Anyway.
Fuck.
So, Ptolemy, because he's in the pocket of Rome, stays silent on Cyprus's annexation.
Your silence is deafening.
Yeah, people
basically.
Basically. Be like, where are you? Speak out. Celebrities. Silence is complicity.
They're changing all their Facebook bios to Cypriot flag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ptolemy's not. But then he's driven out of Alexandria by force by the population are annoyed at him.
They're very shirty, these guys. Anything they don't like.
Uppity.
Yeah.
So he flees to Rome, and then Egypt gets put in charge. Egypt gets put in the care of Cleopatra's older sister, Berenice. Berenice.
My name's Berenice.
Ptolemy begs Rome to reinstate him, so he goes on this tour of trying to win favour, which Cleopatra goes with him. And this is where
They're all called Ptolemy, so this is Ptolemy 12th. Should we just say 12th?
Ptolemy the 12th.
Scott McPtolemy.
But Cleopatra's dad.
Scott McPtolemy.
Scott McPtolemy. Yeah.
We call this one Scott McPtolemy.
Let's call this one Scott McPtolemy. Yeah, brilliant. So he obviously goes to Naples, Scott McPtolemy, and does very well, convincing the Romans.
Shows that maybe it was the rot at Man United that was blighting his career.
It turns out he was being held back at Man United.
Clearly more cultural issues at the club.
He would go on to surpass Darren Fletcher in spades. Anyway, Scott McPtolemy remains determined to restore to power. Basically, the Romans invade Egypt and restore him.
Because they like the stability of having a guy they know on the throne. Basically.
Well, Scott McPtolemy, no one's more stable than him. You need him in your team. Anyway, Rome restores Ptolemy to power in 55.
Led by General Gabinus, and there's a young cavalry commander called Mark Antony who will come back into the story.
Yeah.
I do like Mark Antony because I don't know why everyone's got ancient names, but he just sounds like someone's uncle.
He does sound like a footballer as well. I think like a Dutch footballer.
Mark Antony.
Yeah.
Is that a Roman? You're right, Mark?
Scott McPtolemy and Mark Antony. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Julius Caesar, Pompey,
Augustus,
Ptolemy, Mark
Octavius,
Antony.
Mark.
Hello, I'm Mark Antony.
My name's Mark. My name's Nigel Clive.
Yeah, I like going gym, and on the weekends maybe sometimes I might have a pint. Yeah.
At Mark Antony, 1992.
Might have a pint sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, Ptolemy, his first act after being restored to the throne is to execute his daughter Berenice.
You got to get that done.
So Ptolemy names Cleopatra and her younger brother heirs just before he dies in 51. Which is at the same time, this is when the Roman Empire really starts to fragment under Caesar and Pompey. So Cleopatra comes to the throne at around 17, 18. Now she's starting to. Now we can say she's attractive.
Yeah,
legally.
like Emma Watson.
Yeah, there was a countdown in the sun to Charlotte Church turning 18, and the sun was also counted down to when Cleopatra would be 18. So the time she comes to the throne, there's famine, there's lawlessness. She owes 17.5 million drachmas.
She's sharing the throne, though, right? With her younger brother.
Yeah, but the brother is like 10 or something, and then they marry each other. Yeah.
You got her.
So imagine...
But I asked ChatGPT if they fucked, and apparently probably not.
But the thing is that because the Greeks view what the Egyptians are doing with fucking each other as... They view that as very tasteless.
Yes.
But
it's
pharaonic behavior.
Yeah.
But this, I was thinking, like, incest is a social construct.
Yes.
Shall I disagree? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never agree with hard
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can, like we saw in that Amsterdam story, you can fuck someone and then find out you're related, which means the disgust is not actually, is post, isn't it? It's post-coital. Because surely if it was inherent, you would know you would not be attracted to them.
This sounds like French philosophers in the 1980s. This is what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Is it inherent, the disgust? So if you didn't know you were sucking your dad off and you're bloody loving it up until you do.
If you're sitting on your dad's face.
She's also very smart. She speaks like 9 different languages, and she would often go to the Library of Alexandria and study a lot. So she's got like she's a lot smarter than the rest of her family, seemingly.
She's supposedly the only of the Greek pharaohs to bother to have learned to speak Egyptian.
Yeah. But she learned to speak everything else. Aramaic, Syrian.
Latin, I guess.
Yeah, so she was fucking Duolingoing all the time.
So then there starts to be tensions between her and her younger brother, and because there is a precedent of siblicide,
that's a terrible precedent to set.
Sitting on facercide.
I guess if you're the patriarch of the family, we cannot set this precedent of siblicide. You've got to stop that.
Do not kill each other. We have to stop this.
Nip
it in the bud.
That can't be a precedent.
So there's the trigger. So then a civil war in Egypt kicks off, and she then gets exiled.
Yep.
Right.
By her brother.
By her brother, who's also her husband.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as we were saying, this is the Avengers, and all this history intertwines because we only have Roman sources. Yeah. Meanwhile, in the summer of 49 BC, Rome is in the midst of its own civil war, Caesar versus Pompey. At some point, Caesar crosses the Rubicon.
Yeah.
That's where we get
an episode on that.
That's where we get that phrase from. Yeah. He goes over a river. Brilliant. Then Pompey is defeated, and he flees to Egypt to supposedly get some more forces and money.
Yeah, retreat and try again.
And then, but what the Egyptians do is that they are like...
This is the brother. This is
what Ptolemy does, who is...
It's not Scott McPtolemy. This is
Scott McPtolemy's son, who is Cleopatra's...
What should we call this guy?
Type in if Scott McPtolemy's got a kid, Charlie, and what it's called.
No,
doesn't have any kids. He's in a long time with Cam. All right, let's call him Cam.
Upon finding out that Pompey's arrived on the beaches, he's thinking, right, I want to please Caesar, who's clearly won this civil war.
Yes.
So immediately kills Pompey on the beach, chops his head off, embalms it, and then every delivery is straight back to Caesar.
Caesar arrives in Alexandria.
Yeah.
And he's like, look what I did for you. And he's like, fucking hell, man.
That's fucking mad.
Fucking hell, man.
It's just a joke. Chill.
Jesus, man.
But because Caesar was a big trait of his is that he loved pardoning his enemies. That was like he loved being sanctimonious, right? And also the idea of an Egyptian or a Ptolemaic ruler killing a Roman was a no-go.
A Roman noble, yeah.
So he was very upset about this.
Yeah.
Pissed off.
So then we get into Cleopatra's infamous relationships.
Yeah.
She's sort of known as... This is kind of it's all she's known for, really.
What do you mean? Shagging?
Yeah.
Go on.
Is this like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky?
Yeah, Rihanna is Cleopatra.
Yeah. And there's Drake and A$AP Rocky. and Julius Caesar's Drake and Mark Antony's A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, so the Shakespeare play would be Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Anyway, so Cleopatra is in exile, and Caesar's annoyed with her brother, who's also her husband.
Cam McPtolemy.
Now, Cam McTominay is Scott McTominay's wife, but in this instance, Cam McPtolemy is Scott McPtolemy's son. It's very simple. So Cleopatra hears that Caesar likes the taste of royal woman.
Yeah.
Christ, I said that weird. I said that so weird.
I like the taste of royal women.
Some stuff's not quite coming clean out my mouth today.
It is a bit of a minefield, to be honest.
It is a minefield. You can't compliment anyone on anything they did romantically in this period of history. Yeah. Otherwise, you sound like an incestual paedophile. Yeah. Anyway, so she goes to Alexandria to see him personally, but she is forbidden from going into the city or the palace because it's run by her brother's husband's sister man.
Yeah.
Whatever. So
by Cam McPtolemy.
By Cam McTominay. Ptolemy. So Plutarch, who's it doesn't matter who he is. He's
like Herodotus.
He's the guy who wrote all this.
A lot of stuff's based on it, but the main account of all this is Plutarch. But he writes about this whole period.
So the famous story is that Cleopatra gets off this boat, and she's got 2 manservants who are holding a long like carpet, like a magic carpet, Alibaba stuff, I imagine. And then they smuggle her through the palace, and they say to the security guards, "Oh, this is a present for Caesar from whoever. It's a big carpet." And they're like, "Why the fuck's it sagging in the middle?" He's like, "No, it doesn't matter about that. It's a saggy carpet." Anyway, then they roll out the carpet, and she flops out. And then Caesar's like,
"Damn,
oi.
Yeah. There's a broad in this carpet.
Look at that fucking hot piece of ass that fell out of that carpet." And she then charms Caesar. You know what? You've charmed me. You've charmed me.
Yeah.
And he then declares...
I mean, he's also pissed off at Ptolemy
for cutting off
she has
Pompey's
a lot.
head.
She can make play with that as well.
Yeah. But this is where she starts. She makes an entrance.
Yeah.
She makes an entrance. I watched a video. It said Cleopatra, when she would make an entrance, the reason she was so alluring is that she would use lights, intense perfume, and shiny gold things. And apparently, if you hit 3 senses out of the 5, the human brain can't handle it and has to look at what you're doing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like sensory overload. So apparently that's what she was doing. She would like be wearing like big, like, oud or perfume or whatever.
It's a flashbang.
It is a flashbang. It's a female flashbang.
Yeah, if you...
Trust outside Downing Street.
Yeah.
Everyone's just paralysed.
She identifies as hot. That's what you got to do. If you're ambitious, if you are me.
Truss has done her hair. She's wearing a great suit and she's talking.
Yeah, you can do it. You can pull yourselves up by your,
This Britain imports 80% of its cheese. I'm in pieces. I'm in bits. I'm in a puddle of cum. I can't do anything. She's speaking out loud. She looks like that. What am I meant to do, Liz? Of course you've got my vote. Of course. I feel like I'm in a mechanics green room. Pin-ups everywhere. That's what Cleopatra does.
Yeah.
So Caesar is charmed by her.
Yeah.
She probably smells very nice, better than anyone else in ancient Egypt.
Then they fuck.
Yeah. They be fucking.
Yeah.
And he's 50 and she's 20.
Which I think is deeply problematic.
Oh, come on. Fucking take your pussy eating, this is what a feminist looks like, bib off for a second.
I think that's really fucked up of Julius Caesar to be doing that.
No,
cancel Julius Caesar.
Cancel Caesar. Hashtag me too.
Forget about the genocide of the Gauls. This is an absolute disgrace.
But Caesar's a big fuckboy.
Yes.
Caesar loves getting his dick wet.
What do you think their sexy talk is? If it's like genocide, you genocided the Gauls. No, I'm going to genocide your balls.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Charlie is an amateur poet.
I bet he is. Sorry, I forgot you.
Forgot you do poetry.
Our in-house poet.
Yeah. We could do a soundscape. We could do a soundscape of their seduction of ancient Egyptian and Latin. Yeah.
Yeah. So
hang on, who's who?
My caucus, slammers my caucus. Let me gobble us your balls. Oh, fuck us, I'm gonna bust us.
Oh, fuck us, I'm gonna bust us.
Was that the sound Julius Caesar, mate? Oh, fuck us, I'm gonna bust us.
Yeah. So,
to
buste. Oh, fuck us, I'm gonna bust us. Right. So, so Caesar and Cleopatra start this love affair, which then, everyone says is politically expedient rather than actually romantic, because she, like Truss, realises
she's a survivor.
Her pum is a weapon.
She's a survivor, and I respect her for it.
Yeah.
Cam Ptolemy.
Sorry. If you don't react to me saying her pum is a weapon and just let me say that sincerely.
Let that hang. There's a lot worse been said. Basically, Cam Ptolemy, her brother, then sieges Alexandria because he's found out that Cleopatra's there.
Yeah.
And Caesar only has 4,000 troops with him. Cam Ptolemy has 20,000 troops, and it begins like a kind of 5-month siege
of Alexandria.
Alexandria. Caesar nearly dies in this as well. He nearly drowns because basically he sets fire to all the Ptolemaic ships, so they can't use that against him. And in that fire, the Library of Alexandria burns.
Oh no! All the amazing Greek civilization. Oh no, we've lost it all. But they invented the iPhone. It turns out.
Yeah,
that's why Cleopatra lived close to the invention of the iPhone. But because they invented it.
They were like one day away from inventing it.
Yeah.
They'd got everything all
They
set
had it
up
in place. They just needed that chip from Taiwan.
It was all burned.
They about to put the SIM card in. They went, not to die. I fell asleep, and then the whole thing burns up. Yeah, whatever. So
and basically, they hold out long enough that Caesar's reinforcements arrive. Cam Ptolemy retreats to the Nile, and they have the Battle of the Nile. There's lots of battles of the Nile, so I don't know how they think they can be called the Battle of the Nile. But Caesar won this through just normal Roman shit.
Roman shit, mate. So Cam Ptolemy tries to flee by boat, but it capsizes and he drowns, weighed down by his gold armor.
Is that symbolic of
greed, capitalism?
Yeah.
Eat the rich.
It's like a Banksy
Her pum's a
graffiti.
weapon.
Sorry?
Her pum is a weapon.
Liz Truss's pum is a weapon.
Yeah.
You can put that on my gravestone. And that's how I died. Liz Truss killed me with a
Cunt struck.
Dead cunt struck. Yeah. 80% of it's cheese. So Cleopatra and Caesar, at this point, they've survived the siege of Alexandria. Caesar's reinforcements have defeated Cam Ptolemy. During the siege, they be fucking a lot, we think.
I imagine, to the point where she becomes pregnant with Caesar's child.
Yeah.
And she calls the son Caesarion, which I don't know.
Ptolemy Caesarion.
Yeah.
But that's not...
They didn't invent this. He didn't invent the Caesarion.
No, but Caesar did.
Did he?
That's why it's called a Caesarion. He was born by Caesarion, which is why we get the word Caesarion.
Really?
Yes.
It's called Caesarion because of the popular...
The lightly false belief that Julius Caesar was born this way, linking the name to the Latin root, meaning to cut.
And we already established in the previous episode that you can't be born out of the bum, can you? That's impossible.
Yes.
It's impossible.
It is impossible.
Not even if we created like a canal.
If you diverted the baby through the arse...
It would be called a Charlarian.
Mission. Right.
It'd be a Charlarian.
A Charlarian,
because you were the first child to be born out of the bum.
Yeah.
I would have been happy to be that title. I would be happy to be the only person.
The thing is, though, right, is that if a woman's giving birth vaginally, there's a whole scale of vaginal tearing. Not to make our listeners
Rose
too
a feminist.
horny. Just to put my pussy eating. This is what a feminist eats pussy like bib on for a second. When women are giving birth, there's different degrees of vaginal tearing, and I think a 3rd degree tear is all the way across to the arse. So basically, in that instance, you are giving birth through the bum because you've knocked a wall through, and it's just.
But arguably, the bum doesn't really mean as much as it used
to. It's DIY SOS down there. Nick Knowles is down there going, bloody hell, I love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, but
God.
But also, you are...
Titchmarsh is around the back going, hang on, the guard's at the kitchen now. What am I meant to do?
Are you born out the bum if she's entirely a bum? Because she's just become a bum.
She is a bum.
The bum doesn't really mean much anymore.
So I'm very sorry to say, you have a healthy baby, but your wife is now a bum.
So why don't more women get cesarean to protect their perm?
That is, you can get an elective cesarean, which is where you book it in. But
is it just hard to book and you have to do it with the council and
it only holds for 15 minutes online and then you're like, oh, fuck. It's like Glastonbury tickets, you know.
Well, I guess cesarean's a bit more. You'll get. It's basically drawing a scar on my gooch or my tum.
Yeah, I mean, but also there's a
tum tum or bum bum.
Tum tum or bum bum.
I'd choose tum tum.
Yeah, the sunroof.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there's a lot of medical reasons why you go out the sunroof.
Yeah,
safe. In some ways, it's safer. Although it's serious surgery. I mean, my wife couldn't drive for the next 6 weeks. Can she ever? But so when I heard that, I was like, well, let's just do a cesarean because we're not losing anything. Will it help her parking if she does vaginal birth? Anyway, Caesar was supposedly the first one, which is why it's called a cesarean. But anyway, just to add confusion on confusion, Cleopatra's son that she has with Caesar is called Ptolemy Caesarion, not Caesarian.
Right.
Anyway. He's born sometime in 47 through her cunt. Now, Caesar remains public...
THC.
Sorry?
THC. Through her cunt.
THC.
Born THC.
Was it born cesarean? No, it was some THC.
It was
right,
THC.
It was cunt. Brilliant. Right, fine. Cunt's fucked. Good stuff. Like
Christ, it's been absolute filth this episode.
Like watching your favourite pub burn down. One of my favourite jokes. Is that Bob Mills joke?
Yeah, who's that?
Someone said, "Oh, my wife gave birth," and he said, "Never look at the other end because it's like watching your favourite pub burn down." I think that's Bob
What
Mills.
if anyone's got excited that we're finally doing another female history, and it's just fucking absolute filth.
So Cleopatra's brother husband's favourite pub is now burnt down because she's given birth to Caesarion. Now, Cleopatra goes and visits Rome with the kid in late 46 BC. Caesar awards them like legal status of like an official ally. So she's an ally, so she's wearing a badge, she's tweeting a lot, whatever. Now, don't they parade, isn't there triumphs? There's a big thing about Roman triumphs where they defeat a people abroad and they bring some people back and kind of parade them through the street and then kill them. Okay. And I think they do this to her younger sister, Arsinoe the Fourth. Arsinoe.
That's how Charlie was born, Arsinoe.
Arsinoe. THT or Arsinoe. So she's forcefully paraded, but then the crowd are sympathetic to her. I think they think that's a bit much.
Yeah.
It was custom to strangle the prisoners in triumphs after the festivities had concluded, but Caesar doesn't do this. So anyway, Cleopatra's not at the parade, probably because she's pregs with the child. But anyway, so Cleopatra goes back to Rome. She's having a lovely time with Caesar. I guess this is where all the history about her is sort of written because maybe this is why people think she's fit.
Yeah.
Whatever. She's in the glow of motherhood. Blah, blah, blah. We get to 44 BC, the Ides of March.
Yep.
Caesar is assassinated.
Which is part of a calendar that Julius Caesar invented, the Julian
calendar, which is
was
what we
invented
still...
with Cleopatra's court.
Oh, really?
So one of the members of Cleopatra's court helped him work out.
So to place this is the first time anything's ever been placed in the way we'd understand it.
In the way we understand it, yeah.
Lovely stuff.
But what did the calendar used to be before? Did he add 2 months?
Is sunny or is dark.
So July is after Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
And did he add those months in?
So before that, it was 10 months rather than 12 because they added January and February.
What would it mean to sort of add a load of more months to the year?
I feel like it's working all right.
Yeah, I really like the routine. Not to sound all fucking autistic, but I think I'd prang out.
I think my Google Calendar, I'm actually getting to a bit of a rhythm with it now.
Yeah, if there was another day in the week, as long as it wasn't a weekend, I'd like that.
You'd like that?
Work will set you free. The weekend is terrifying. I have to parent my children.
That does make a lot of sense.
Although actually this weekend I was...
What's Finn like? He's a man terrified of the weekend.
Yeah.
He's a man trying to delay the weekend.
I die for the weekend.
I live for the week.
I live for the week and then I will die at the weekend. This weekend...
Monday's your favourite day.
Monday, my favourite day. This weekend... my wife took the kids to her dad's because I'm writing a book, as you know, a thesis, a tome.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of work done, but then my daughter, my father-in-law has a massive telly, / had a massive telly because my daughter-in-law climbed up it and it smashed. And so she was like, "Did you get a lot of work?" I was like, "Yeah, I did. I don't know if it was worth my father-in-law's telly, but..."
So what? It just fell?
Yeah. All the money from the book is now being just paid to reimburse my father-in-law for his telly. Anyway.
Yeah, I can see now why you like the week.
I live for the week. Monday, Mac.
Yeah, because I guess I've always thought like you've really got your nose to the grindstone, and like I can't really keep up. You're doing this, but you're doing. Let you stay late. But yeah, it's just because you don't want to parent your children.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. Home is not a sanctuary; it's a prison. I'm on day release from my life when I'm here. I can't talk about Liz Truss having a weapon of a pum at home.
No, God no.
What if my 4-year-old repeats that and goes into school?
Yeah.
What's your dad do for work? He says publicly Liz Truss got a weapon for a pub.
The state will come after you.
Yeah. Anyway, so Cleopatra is in Rome. Oh, so Caesar's just been assassinated.
Yeah.
Because he said, the Republic's dead, I'm now dictator. Yeah. He's the first dictator. That's where we get the word dictator from. In many ways, Caesar begins so much stuff that we know
it's his turning point of his... Even though, because obviously Jesus is in the years the turning point.
Here he goes again.
But it was around this period...
I'm a feminist. Let Jesus into your life. Christ, mate. Honestly.
Christian feminist.
Yeah. Like fucking sexy Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Got your I love Jesus bib on while you're eating pum.
Is he ugly Charlie Kirk then?
Hey?
Is he the ugly Charlie Kirk then? Well, he is now, I guess. But so she went to Rome to try and get her son recognised. So she's very much like Jeremy Kyle.
Yes,
she's
it is.
Coming on.
This is ancient Jeremy Kyle.
She's saying, it's his son.
Yeah.
That's not my son. Basically.
And then Graham. Do you remember Graham? I bet you love Graham. Do you remember Graham?
The fat security guard.
No. He was the actual trained psychiatrist.
Right.
That Jeremy Kyle would make them so unhappy.
Yeah.
They would be like in bits, and then they go, right, go and have a chat with Graham, and he was actually trained, and would actually then make them feel better about it.
So Graham actually had some responsibility.
It was like good cop, bad cop, except one of them was not a cop and just has a gun. And then Graham knows how to police. Yeah. Right. Caesar is assassinated by Brutus. We'll do a series on Caesar. Now he names Caesar's grandnephew Octavian as his heir. So Cleopatra flees Rome, goes back to Egypt with Caesarion. Octavian will turn into Augustus, the first Roman emperor of the line that then spawns Nero and Caligula, who we've done episodes on.
The rest of history, they say, is like the greatest political mind of all time. He's
Blair.
the GOAT.
He's Blair.
Yeah.
He's Blair to Cleopatra's Truss.
Right.
Anyway, Ptolemy IX is Cleopatra's new brother husband.
Right.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
He dies. So we think Cleopatra poisons him with something called Wolfbane, also known as the Devil's Helmet.
Well, I think those are 2 YouTube handles of people in our comments right now.
At Devil's Helmet.
Yeah. I think Wolfbane and Devil's Helmet are both commenting right now.
Devil's Helmet is what I call 69ing. Ask my wife to put on the Devil's Helmet.
You're right, Nigel. My name's Wolfbane.
Cleopatra replaces him with her 3-year-old son Caesarion.
Yeah.
So she's now ruling Egypt with Caesar's little toddler. Caesar is dead. And we should say that Cleopatra, as a young child, supposedly loved experimenting with poison. She became a master, a mistress.
She was a sick fuck.
She was a sick fuck. She became like, all these old plants. In the
she was nosing about. She had a big nose, I guess.
Yeah, couldn't help but nose about.
Yeah, she was sticking it where it shouldn't be.
Well, she was turning her head and it would end up in a plant.
Yeah.
So she's supposedly a master of poison, which comes into the story later.
Apparently there's a story that she had a hollow gourd filled with live bees, and the buzzing vibration was used as a DIY sex toy.
So she's also supposedly the inventor of the vibrator.
A lot of stuff we know today. This is kind of, in many ways, this is the end of ancient history, right?
This is the beginning of modern women.
Yeah.
As sex crazed maniacs. Cleopatra is the first just sort of mad, horny woman. She gets a gourd, fills it with bees.
Yeah.
And shoves it up herself.
And she's one of the most powerful women who's ever lived.
And I think this is partly why. Now, the Egyptians, they say that the West has over-sexualized her because they find it like romantic.
Yeah, it's hot.
And it is hot. And I guess we no longer live in a world where like Angela Merkel is like fucking Macron to strengthen the EU.
I forget about Truss for a second, if you will, because I think you're a bit of a minority when it comes to Truss. Who else is an absolute babe who's been in office?
Yep. The Italian one, Giorgia Meloni.
Oh, Meloni, yeah.
Christ.
Meloni, fuck me.
Do you know what? Truss is in the bin. Meloni is
that
astonishing.
quickly?
Yeah.
You're done with Truss that quickly?
I'd leave my wife and kids today for Giorgia Meloni.
Yeah, Meloni, come on. What, Italian fascist with blonde hair?
Excuse me, an actual fascist? Christ. And she's also the first Italian prime minister to basically last a year for, like, longer than a year for, decades.
She's kind of a beast.
Giorgia Meloni is great. It's Antony and Cleopatra in the next episode. Now, that episode's already on our Patreon, where for £3 a month, you can comment with the handle @Wolfbane, @Devil's Helmet. You get instant access to series. You get it all ad-free.
There's exclusive merch on there at the moment.
There is exclusive merch on there.
Because we got the We Can't Know hats sold to the public, but we've got Be Barnt Bow hats sold exclusively to the patrons.
And we will see you next time for the continuation of the Cleopatra story. Goodbye for now.
But until then, goodbye.